What is up, you guys? If you like this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Check me out on all my other content. I live stream like every day. But jumping right into this. So you're competing, you're fighting, you're training, you're going live in matches, whatever it is, if it's wrestling, fighting, MMA, judo, whatever. You're doing better in practice than you are when you're actually competing. All right, what is this? What is this a factor of? All right, it's a lot of things because like I've met a lot of people that were practice room warriors. They're great inside the room, but when they actually go to competition, they never place or like they never like amount to what they should. They'll beat the people that get first in the tournament, but you know on Thursday and on Wednesday and Thursday they'll beat them, but Saturday and Sunday they can't get out of the first day. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of people like this is a very common position to be in. And the first things first is you need to understand that you should not have any fear of consequence. Do not fear that you're going to be too hard on this guy, that you're going to upset somebody, somebody's going to think you're mean. Because in the training room, there's a lot of politics. There's a lot of like, oh, you're working too hard, or like you're practicing too hard, or you're drilling too hard on me. I'm not, you know, it's a bunch of noise, it's a bunch of crap. So do not have any fear. This person signed up. They are in this competition with you to be challenged and to be pushed to the best of your ability. You have to be as mean and as confident and as egotistical as you can be on the mat, right? The second you step onto a competition mat, everything needs to leave. You have to understand that you are nothing but a warrior and a killing machine, right? You need to embody your training. You need to completely embody everything that you trained, and you don't want to spend a second thinking about it. You just want to be it. You want to do it. Every time you want to punch him, you know what punches you have, and you know where, like, there's only six punches. There's a jab, a straight, a left hook, a right hook, an uppercut on the left hand, and an uppercut on the right hand, and an overhand if you want to get crazy. You know, it's not that crazy. Same thing with wrestling. You can take a single leg, a double leg, a high crotch. You can work the upper body. You can do an ankle pick. You can do a trip. It's like there's like 12 different things to do. You need to train them to the point of where they become a part of you, and you understand when these tools need to be pulled out and used. All right, because like you can't walk into a match and be like, all right, so I'm gonna do this, this, and this. You have to feel. Like you have to go out in front of this person and feel and be like, okay, so like you have to feel what is most comfortable in the moment. You know what I'm saying? So like when you're out in front of this person, I'm not consciously thinking like what am I about to do. That's insane. That's nuts. That is nuts. If you're thinking like, all right, I'm gonna take a step and then I'm gonna level change and then shoot, you're out of your mind, bro. You are you're just at the tip of the iceberg. You're just at the tip of the iceberg. You need to be like, okay, so this dude's standing right here. When somebody's standing right here, I remember this drill where like I feel like I can like you have to feel what move is closest. You know what I'm saying? Like if he's pressing into you and going for an underhook, maybe you bite down on the overhook and hit a lat drop. You know what I mean? That's not the time to go for a single leg or to go for a high crotch or you know what I mean? Like, I can't explain it perfectly, but your training should open up these avenues for you to succeed. So when you're training your 1-2, you should understand that like you're going to be at a distance and then you're going to be stepping in, right? You're going to be have 0% pressure or you're going to have like 75-80% pressure, right? So let's remember, kids, 100% pressure is when you can punch each other, right? So you want to stay at like 75 to 80% pressure, and then you're going to step into your 100% pressure, throw your combination, move your head, get out of the way, and then you're out clean and dandy. Okay? So but like the way you start that whole thing is you don't think I'm going to throw a 1-2. You have to think what feels like it will work. What feels like because you committing to a feeling is so much quicker and so much more accurate than you committing to a thought. You know what I mean? Like I just posted a video yesterday of me reacting to boxing footage, and you can see like when I'm actually VR boxing, I'm not thinking about anything. Like I have to watch the footage afterwards, and then I think about it, and then I implement that into my next match. You know what I'm saying? Like when I'm actually doing it, I'm not thinking about the training that I did. I'm thinking about punching this guy. I'm thinking about hitting him. I'm not thinking about like, oh, well, Master Roshi said freaking. You know what I mean? Like, confidence comes with your natural ability to problem solve. It's you have to be able to walk into a match and be like, I know like myself, and I know myself and what to do when I'm in every position better than this guy does. I know that this guy does not have the confidence in his decision making that I do. You have to have like a delusional level of confidence when you're competing. You have to be like so certain in every single move you make. There is no question. It is just like the second it pops in your head, bing, 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 bing. You don't want to have a. There is no room for doubt at all. Okay. And now number two, why you're not confident in your matches. All right, so that was a long number one. That was a 7 minute number one. Number two, why you're not confident in your matches is because you're afraid of getting tired. Okay, this is a lot of people are subject to this. All right, and if you feel like you should be comfortable, you should be comfortable working at 200 beats per minute. You should be comfortable with your heart going. You should regularly push yourself to vomiting. Like you should be comfortable in that zone because when it gets to competition, you'll never push yourself as far as you go. Like you'll never be able to push yourself as far as you go in competition as you can in practice, but practice is a longer period of time. So you can push yourself like, you know, all right, in practice, let's say you can only reach 70% of your potential. In competition, you reach 100% because you're going all out. But in practice, you're going 70% for a lot longer. So if you can maintain that 70% the whole practice, you know, you're not going to be shooting as fast and doing as much as you would in competition, but it's going to do more for you over the course of time. You know what I mean? You want to compete on the weekends because that's like two super practices. That's like a super practice. Like that's like 3 practices, 4 practices in one. But if you're like so okay, so my point is in training you only reach like 70% exhaustion. So you need to reach that 100% exhaustion. And the only way that I've found to really like get it all the way out of me, like completely out of me, is to race myself, really. Is to time a mile and race myself. And like, all right, yesterday my mile was 7:53. I'm trying to beat 7:53. I'm trying to beat 7:52. I'm trying to beat 7:50. I'm trying to like just constantly just chasing that mile time. Like for me, that's the easiest way to get myself to 100% like complete dead and exhausted and like terrible, because it's not just about your stamina, it's about your comfort at the end of your stamina. Like everybody is like if your stamina bar is this big, this part right here is the easiest part to use. It is the easiest part to use. It starts getting really ugly when it's like when you're like right here. When you're really like at the end of your stamina, you got to be comfortable right here. You got to be comfortable in this spot because when you're in this spot, your opponent is also in that spot, you know? So if you're more comfortable in that, like, your heart's in your stomach, you can feel it. You can feel every beat going through your neck and your arms, and like, you know what I mean? The more comfortable you are with that, the less scared you have to be about committing to these shots and these punches and all this stuff. It means less when you're that confident in your own I guess it's grit, tenacity, your own like ability to just push through and be like, I will kill you. Like, you just need to be able to pull that out of you, like from like the deepest depths of your heart. And number three, why you have no confidence in like before you compete and before you fight. The third reason why I've seen most kids lose all confidence, their face turns white right before a match, is they get an adrenaline dump and they've never gotten this before in their life. You know, you're 14, you're 13, you've never actually been like, oh my God, I got like, they just called my name, I just handed this piece of paper, I'm about to step on the mat and I have to go wrestle. I have to go compete right now. And it's like, it's a very scary thing because you're confronting all of your insecurities. You're confronting everything that you could have done right or wrong in your entire career of wrestling. You know, you either trained like you either trained enough or you didn't train enough. You know, you either trained correctly or incorrectly for this particular person. You know, so the adrenaline dump is those butterflies you get in your stomach right before your match. That is your body. It's literally your body giving you drugs to make you faster, more competent, more aware, better reaction time, lighter on your feet. Like, everything that you're afraid of is being minimized as you get those butterflies in your stomach. Like, as you're waiting for the match, you're literally becoming a superhuman. You're becoming a superhuman. So, like, it's really easy to gas yourself out. But if you follow number two, if you work your butt off and you are used to the grit, you know, you can use that adrenaline to your advantage, and you can push these people's shit in the first like 90 seconds, first period of the match, like extra, because you got that adrenaline, you know, and you just got to be able to maintain it for the rest of the competition, you know. So those are my three reasons why you're not confident enough in your fights or in your competitions. If you like that video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. But until next time, I'll see you guys.